11. Oh. That
11. No.
that just shows how not bilingual I am. I stopped
Once.
being it. There we go. Thank you. He's our bilingual part of the show.
Yeah.
That way we're all inclusive.
I'm just the token Spanish guy.
The token Spanish guy get us the number 11.
So
Do you need me to cut your lawn, man?
It
Maybe
can't-
say the number 11 for you?
It can't be all wops on here.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
my other half.
We only half broke it up.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say all those horrible Italian, racial epithets.
Oh, 'cause you can.
I'm part Italian.
Yeah. Right
All
now,
right, guys.
right now, don't worry, they can't see you. There's a thing hanging in front of you. So anyway, yeah, no carnival parking. Basically, our theory here is we like to support the people that make a living, not just doing the 9 to 5 regular everyday stuff, whether they do art or music, which I guess is still art, comedy. So, Mike, well, you'll see what Mike's about. So I'll introduce everybody. We got Mike Romanelli, the other co-host of the show. We have Henry Suarez. He can't hear us yet. And we have our guest for the show. I don't even need to introduce him, but I'm going to anyway. Hold on. Here you go. I'll give you a sound. Bob Levy.
Whoa. Listen to that music,
intro you
baby.
get there, Clint. Come on, man.
Did I hit the right button? I
A little
couldn't
more
even hear
respect
it.
than that.
That was some music, goddammit. Jesus
the
Christ. And I'm an artist. I'm going to draw a picture of my dick and send it to you.
Listen, I bet you girls would react better to that because at least there's more effort, right? If you drew a picture of it, that's romantic.
That is romantic.
I'm gonna start drawing dick pictures and sending them and see how the reaction is with that.
Like, I sent you penis art.
You know how
It's not a
long that
dick
took
pic.
to shade
That is
in?
fucking art. Look at the shading around the veins. I mean, gee, like, that's Picasso.
Look at you talking about even the veins. How gay is that?
Yeah, he got up in there.
Hey, quarantine does things to you,
How long is it? I have no idea, but fucking when the hell?
I'm pretty sure it's been 632 days. The last time I checked, it was something roughly around there. 631, 632, something like that.
I mean, look at you. You look like a pussy from the 70s.
Yo, when I put the mask on, all you see is just fucking bush like this. It's great.
That's where the underwear would look in the 70s, right, Bob?
Yeah.
What?
In the 70s, the underwear, right? It would be like the underwear and then just out the sides a little bit.
Yeah, it would like Bozo the Clown a little bit. You know what I mean? It would pop out the sides.
Yeah. See, I missed that era.
Well, I don't miss it. God damn it!
No, I
what
said
a
I
pussy
missed it.
thing.
I missed it.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
I don't know if I miss it. It's like the grass is always greener. You know what I mean? It was just
Well,
always just waxed, shaven.
The grass was not greener back then. Let me
It
tell you
wasn't?
something. that held the smell in. God damn it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There was just more grass.
Yeah.
A lot more grass.
Tons of grass.
And we didn't have a fucking lawnmower back then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I when I got into the vag game, it was all just fucking waxed and clean. So
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
That was well, come on.
At the
man.
beginning
To be fair,
of quarantine.
my daughter's 8. It was 9 years ago. Come on, man.
So what have you guys been doing? Like, I've just been hiding in the fucking house. I wouldn't even go shopping. I got like nothing left. I have a mayonnaise, cheese, and that's about it left. I have to go out tomorrow. But like to wear a mask outside, I feel like I'm in a waiting room at a hospital every fucking time I go out. So it's like really weird to see people wearing masks, you know?
It's really weird. Now, you want to ask what I've been doing? Ask these two fuckers like probably 10 to 14 days before all this shit started. I was shopping with a mask and gloves on, and I was one of those guys that was loading up on everything. The lady at ShopRite's like, "Why are you getting all this stuff?" I said, "You're gonna know real soon, bitch." And I had fucking beans and I still had the mask on, and people thought I was still robbing the place. And then like a week later, it's just normal. But yeah, I have an issue with just watching the internet and seeing what's going on. So I had a little bit of an idea that this was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be this fucking crazy.
Well, I knew it was going to get shut down because I know some people in the military, and they said, well, he goes, go shopping tomorrow because that's the last time it's going to be open. But basically, they left it open so we can get the disease at a store.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what they did was like, you can't go to the mom and pops and get sick, but you can go to Target and Costco and just fucking get every disease possible.
It's amazing what's going on. You know, it's like, you know, why not let like a hardware store open, a mom and pop store? And, you know, it's just like, but like most businesses can't open if it's 25% when it does happen, because they're going to maybe break even. Maybe they're probably going to lose money.
If they're running a tight ship. It's funny, man, because it's really funny you said that, Bob, because I started doing numbers today and saying, all right, I got to fucking open. I got to get people. And the sad reality is, if I was open today with the to-go thing, we wouldn't make it. If I did the 25% and the to-go, I'd have to be flying on all cylinders like I am on a Saturday night when you're playing at my comedy club and we got a line out the door. I got to do that 7 days a week to break even. And I got to weather that storm for a couple of months.
For months at a time.
For a few months I got to break even. And that means also, of course, I have to take a pay cut, which I'll always do. I mean, right now I'm not getting paid. But yeah, man, it's a little bit crazy. But I think this is like, let me ask you something, Bob. Are you in the mentality that you think this is like a plandemic, or do you think this is a real pandemic?
I don't know. I'm not really too afraid of it. You know what I mean? I don't think a Chinese flu is going to take me out. I would hope that it would be a drug or fucking a bullet.
You survived the fucking 1980s, man. Like you're good.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Sheen tried to snort me in the 80s. Okay, I mean, look. The only way you're going to make money now is like you're going to go to a table and go, here's your mozzarella stick. You get one for the regular price. That's the only fucking way, you know.
The mozzarella sticks are a la carte.
Yeah, I mean, it's like amazing. It's like basically, you know, we're being paid to stay home for whatever reason, but it's like, you know, it's like we're on vacation, but we can't go anywhere, you know? So I watched Breaking Bad. I've never seen it. So I watched that 5 seasons in 4 nights. I watched the whole fucking thing.
I mean, that's amazing.
How many days into quarantine did you break your personal masturbation record that you probably set when you were like 11 or 12?
You know what?
So what was that, like three days in, you were like 17. That's crazy. I didn't think I could still do that.
I haven't even fucking really touched it. I think I did it twice. I feel dirty. I feel like my dick is like, I don't want a disease. You know what I mean? I got to wear gloves. I spray Clorox on it. I don't know what to do with my dick anymore. It's just it's horrible.
I fucking agree. I can relate, man. But you know what? Like, too bad we didn't all have vials of acid, because we could trip in fucking everywhere. You know, we could all just be home, just tripping, going to Egypt. We could be going everywhere, just sitting in our basements. But unfortunately, I don't have a vial of acid. I don't think you guys do either. But,
yeah, I mean, I went outside. I've been going outside with the dogs, and it's like I'm in Jamaica or something. Like, you know, it's like I went outside finally, and I'm like, wow, I can go in the backyard, you know. But like to go out, like I went to the bank today, and there was a guy standing in front of one of the machines because he didn't have a car. So everybody's in the one lane, you know. Okay, all the white people are lined up in the one lane in cars, and I just pull right next to the guy, and he's standing right in front of me waiting for the fucking tube to come out. And you know how white people are. They're afraid of anything that's darker than them. So I just fucking pulled right up to him and took a fucking picture and put it on Twitter. Fuck him. He didn't have a fucking car. But this is what's going on. I mean, it's like fucking crazy. I don't know what to do, you know. I mean, I'm trying to go online as much as possible and just have fun with people, let them know it's okay. You know, I still don't know anyone that has the virus or has died from it.
Here we go. Now we're getting to the territory I like. All right. Yeah. So that's a great. I'm so happy you asked that. Now I know friends of friends, or my mom has a couple of friends and that passed or whatever. But yeah, I don't personally know anybody. I actually know a couple. I know a couple guys that definitely had it. A couple of my cooks 100% had it. I took care of them. I gave them the vitamins. I mean, every symptom you can imagine they had. And these are guys that go hard. You know, these are not your healthy people. And in 7 to 8 days, they were good. Now, I don't know what the fuck it is, but yeah, I haven't, you know, today they were like, oh, 45 people died of it. I'm like, what the 45 people die in New Jersey probably fucking every fucking day. Like, what do you
That's
mean?
the whole
Probably
thing.
way more than that. I mean, come on.
45 people just died right this second.
Yeah, like in New Jersey, like, come on, man, what the fuck is that? It's like,
yeah, the nursing homes, most people are dying, but they would have died. It's basically a strong flu. So if you have something, it's pneumonia. So basically, if you are sick already or old, you may not make it, you know? But
yeah,
I mean, I just can't say. I'm more afraid of the big dick fucking wasps that are coming.
oh, I'm fucking petrified of those.
Yeah, I saw one of those things take down a fucking mouse today, and it was super.
Oh,
really?
Was,
You see,
yeah,
that's why the Asians got rid of them.
Oh,
The Asians got rid of it because they got bigger dicks than they do.
yeah.
So they threw it to us.
They see the pincer on that thing, and they're like, motherfucker.
are those things coming from China? Are they coming from China?
Everything's coming. Everything says made in China on it. You grab one of those bees on the bottom, it says made in China.
Well, no, because I just said something. I was doing my garden work outside today, and I said something about my wife about, oh, the killer bees are coming. And my 8-year-old goes, yeah, the Chinese are sending now bees to kill us. I go, whoa, relax. What are you saying outside right now?
Man.
Where did you get that
it's
from?
really, it's true. I mean, like a fucking midget could ride these motherfuckers and fly around. That's how big they are.
Oh,
They can sting through a bee suit, and they can kill like a hive of bees in like a couple hours.
but they're coming from China?
Yeah, the Asia, you know, same shit, different boat.
Yeah.
What are they called?
They're called
Murder
Asian
hornets.
Asian killer hornets, yeah.
Murder hornets.
Murder hornet. That's
Murder hornets.
Really?
Those things, they look like fucking, like someone in Marvel Comics drew them. They're fucking terrifying.
If we make it out of this, guys, we're gonna the next crazy show is gonna be called the Murder Hornet Show.
The Murder Hornet's Nest.
Yeah, it's gonna be all the fucking guys that don't give a and girls that
Oh,
don't give a fuck.
yes.
Oh my god!
Kidding me?
That's a fucking bee?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that thing, like, that thing's
I'm
the
afraid,
size of a fucking mouse.
I'm afraid of any fucking insect that I can fuck, you know? I'm not going near it.
Or that could potentially fuck you.
Exactly.
Like that thing would mount the fuck out of you, Bob. And you know, I don't think there's much you can do about
Well, I wouldn't fight. No, I'm kidding.
that. Fucking things like, let this happen. Let this happen.
Look, you think you're so tough? You too, boy. I get you. Yeah. Take down your pants, little boy.
We see you every Christmas morning. Now we get revenge.
First I come in you, then I sneeze on you. Achoo, achoo. Fucking animals, they're trying to fucking kill us. Fuck them. I don't trust anybody that can look into the sun and see it. The fucking squinty fucking eyes.
Just stare at the sun. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. That's the fucking. Look at this guy's face. That's amazing. Nah,
Yeah,
that's
that guy's
the fucking one
also
right there, boy.
That guy also happened to have a camera on hand to be
Right.
Yeah.
So
Dude, that one right there with the person holding it by the wings, like upper left-hand corner.
whoa, yeah,
Jesus,
there one day ago.
Jesus Christ, machine. That is amazing, dude.
Can you imagine if
Like,
these
yo, those things
come
don't
here?
even look fucking real. Like those size things are the ones that have like, you know, they said like in like the fucking 70s they invented spy little drones that were like the same fucking size, like listening devices.
Oh yeah. Oh, you guys just want to keep going? Yes, 100%.
Bro, we gotta find one, catch it, and dissect the fuck out of it. Like after you shoot it though, like you gotta shoot that
look,
thing with
that's
like
a
22.
microphone. That's a microphone. Totally.
Yeah, 100%.
Yo, that's just
Yeah.
fucking. That's
Two-
Bill and
two
Melinda
fucking-
Gates. It's just Bill and Melinda Gates
That-
they're just
that-
in those bees.
That thing is a fucking GoPro with wings.
Yeah, I bet you it comes with a mask on it when it flies in here. Fuck.
Yeah, it's got a what do they call them? N95 on it.
Yeah. But why are they creating these things? You see, they create these things there.
Oh, did they really?
The bee,
They have
you
to.
think?
You don't fucking. That thing is part fucking wasp and part pit bull.
You know what? This is. I'm not even trying to go. Bob is one of my favorite humans on the earth, so I'm not even trying to go conspiratorial, and we're going there.
Well,
That's
it's
like
fucking, they're out to get us. You know what I mean? Look, they set us up here so we can buy shit off of them. You know what I mean? And now they're fucking around with their boats over here and that shit. They want a fucking war. We'll finally open up their fucking eyes so they can see. I'm tired of this shit. I'll fucking go over there, put a bazooka on my fucking back once I get my neck surgery, which got canceled because of these fucking slanted eye fucks.
Oh.
All
So
right,
I'm fucking pissed off. I'm not even ordering Chinese food. Fuck you and your fucking poo-poo platter shit.
Today's hate speech is brought to you by the Reverend
they
Bob
started
Levy.
it. They started this. I didn't start this. I was enjoying life with a bad fucking neck and back, ready to get my operation, and they come in here with a fucking cough and go fuck yourself. You know what I
Bob,
mean?
think about it from our perspective. We got to hang out with you like 14 times a week for like months at a time. And now what? This is the first time I'm seeing you in a month, and it's you know, it's hard. It's hard.
It's a tearjerker. It's a tearjerker. I know that.
I miss you fuck.
But look, they started this shit. They want a war. They want a war. This is what they want. Iran wants a war now because shit's going on. They're going to be so surprised because our military is second to none. And they're going to be so shocked if they fuck up. And I would love to go over there. I'm not doing anything.
You're going to suit up, Bob?
Listen, it's funny you say it because I've been saying for a while, I think we're in a silent war. I think it's a silent war. I mean, now these fucking man-bear bees, like, it's the icing on. I've been saying for a while, we're on fucking in a silent war. You know that they own almost all of fucking New York City. They own 80% of the fucking pork in this country. I mean, it's very simple. You starve people. You just.
Dude, how much money do we owe that country?
Yeah,
I mean, do you have any fucking? I'm just saying. According to whomever, we're in
we do with that money. We take that money and we give it to businesses and people so they can live. They don't get their fucking money back. If they got a fucking problem, we go over there with a big hand and slap them in the fucking face.
Well, the problem isn't you and I. The problem is like major corporations that get things made for pennies on the dollar, microchips and whatever. There's certain screws that you can only get in China for like almost
because we made a deal with them. We made a deal with them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like once you have that market cornered, it's the same situation as fucking Amazon. If Amazon, like if Jeff Bezos one day decides to become fucking Lex Luthor, what would stop him? Everybody is so dependent on that fucking convenience, and I can get anything off of Amazon. It's putting all of the local mom and pop shops out of business, whatever have you. Now, what happens when they do 80% of the business worldwide that people just completely depend on it, and they decide, oh, that fucking whatever pack of thing that you want, it was $5 and now it's $632. What the fuck are you doing then?
You know
what are you gonna do?
What do? We make it ourselves and we pay a little more.
That's what we do. So that is true. But we're talking about think about anybody, how people think. Instant gratification right now. So it's like, yes, if it comes down to it, we can start the process of building all these things and making all these things ourselves. But in the interim, what the fuck do you do? Like it's like when you become a slave to these countries that it's like we subsidize work overseas because it saves so much money to billionaires that are fucking arguing over millions of dollars. Whereas,
but that's not going to happen anymore. That's not going to happen anymore. I'll go back to a fucking flip phone. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. And we've talked about it a bunch of times, Mike. I think that there is going to be a big push for small business, for the local guy. I think that everyone is going to be a lot more dependent on that. A lot more of the handcrafted things.
Yeah, I think we should all spend a couple extra dollars and go to the fucking, like Bob just said, the hardware store.
Absolutely.
Go to that guy. Go spend an extra $1 and go buy your screws from that motherfucker.
Well,
and all we need is the recipe for the spare ribs, and fucking we're set. We don't need them.
There you go. The issue is, listen, we've been living in a fantasy world as far as distribution and stuff, and there's no reason that we're all eating avocados from Guatemala. Like, what the fuck? That's why they suck, because they pick them so fucking early. You know, like why it's not feasible to really eat stuff from that far away all the time. You know,
Yeah,
so
it's like ordering pussy from eight states away, and she drives here. It doesn't taste good when
like
it gets
Russia.
to your fucking house.
How about
Yeah.
Russia? People are ordering pussy from Russia.
Yeah, because they're losers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's strong pussy.
That pussy packs a punch.
This pussy fights bear and wins.
That's the pussy. That's the pussy you taste it like the next day, like a hot dog when you burp it the next day.
It's just that vodka aftertaste.
Trade is
tastes
fine.
Tastes like borscht.
We got people on Twitch, and trade is fine and all, but that's the whole point of shopping local, right? Is supporting the people around you in your community.
what, someone said trade?
Yeah, like we do that because of trade, but I think we're getting fucked on a lot of those trade deals as well.
Exactly. That's why we have to just forget about. We got to worry about this country. We got to start making stuff here. If it costs a little more, so what? You know what I mean? We're lucky that we have a president, truthfully, that's taking care of people now, because those fucking Pelosi and those fucking douchebags wouldn't be sending anybody money, wouldn't let anybody get unemployment, and we'd be fucking eating our fucking cats and dogs. We'd become them.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
I mean,
not eating myself.
it's only month 1, so we could be eating cats and dogs by August. We're not there yet.
I would
We
eat
need the
people
recipe.
first.
People first.
Well, I mean,
We're in deep shit. We're in deep shit right now.
so Bob, I know it's getting later, so the veil's thinning. But earlier today, you had me positive. I was like, wow, I spoke to the Rev, and you were very positive about where we're headed.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm just this is Radio Bob. He's against everything.
No, because I mean,
talk about the things I was saying in the green room. It's like
because
my character.
No, Bob there's no character with
talking-
Bob Levy. There's no fucking character. Fuck that.
No, I was just talking you off a ledge today. No, but everything is good. Let me tell you something.
Oh, welcome to our fucking world, Bob.
Yeah, but
Great.
the whole thing
what,
is
you been
is
doing
that
for 20 minutes? I've been doing that for a fucking month. Jesus.
yeah, but we're gonna be okay because we're getting taken care of now. Like a lot of people in this country are gonna do better than they were before this. You know what I mean? Because the fact that they're getting unemployment, they're getting a check. They don't have to pay their mortgage. They don't have to pay their cars. There's a lot of stuff you don't have to pay right now. So the money that you're getting is basically, it's not a gross. What you look at it as a gross. It's all basically almost extra. You're just paying. If you want to, you can pay your electricity. You can pay stuff like that. So you're in a good position. A lot of people are. A lot of people are going to come out of this not bad, but a lot of people will be hurt by this too. But there is a lot of people that are better off the way what they're getting right now.
There's two types of people though that are going to come. I don't think the stimulus is going to better anybody. I think that people are going to get it and use it shittily, and then or just get by with it for the month, and then that's going to be the end of that. I think that you're going to have two people: the people that this crushed, like spiritually, and they just sat home like fucking depressed over it, and the people that looked for other opportunities and made something else happen, and those are the people that are going to benefit. And unfortunately, the people that were super rich and had a bunch of cash in the bank and can now buy a bunch of shit and stock up on it cheap. I mean, and I say that only it's shitty when it's like Jeff Bezos or like Facebook or like somebody that's trying to...
the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
Bob, before we even go there, I do want to ask you, I know you're not a fucking genie, but I got to ask you, where do you see comedy in the next 3 to 6 months?
I truthfully don't see it in 3 months. I don't think comedy is something that you can have 25% of the audience and it's good for anybody. I do see basically what's going to be is that the club owners and bookers have the upper hand on comedians way big. It's going to be a disaster for any comedian that actually makes a living doing this. And it's just going to be fucked up for a long time. So unless you really do it yourself and start renting places, I mean,
or if you go to the Dojo East, we will always give you the best deal, and you will make money.
Exactly, but I'm saying, like, you're going to see comedians getting fucked over left and right.
Yeah. I hate to say it because Bob, and Clint and Henry, you guys know, I'm always for you guys.
Yeah.
I do see that happening, and I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen, but I can see that happening, and I don't. And we're gonna all come together and figure out a way so you guys don't get fucked. I already have some ideas we'll talk offline about, but we're gonna do it so at least on the East Coast that you guys won't get fucked. But yes, there'll be some scumbags, opportunists, of course.
Yeah.
Take advantage. But I just mean more of like getting people together and laughing. Do you think it's happening? Do you think a group of 100, 200 is happening in the next 6 months?
Maybe 6 months, but you know what I mean? I think when it's safe, it's going to be like Mardi Gras. The comedy's going to boom.
Yeah.
Okay. But until then, it's going to be very hard to basically get people to come out to sit anywhere near each other.
Yeah.
And it's going to start slow. That's why, like I say, if you open things up. If you don't want to go out, you don't have to go out.
Yeah.
So basically, you can stay home, but you have to have some kind of business being able to open up. You have to have, you can't have small businesses closed down. You have to have some people that are willing to go there and spend money and test them as they come in. You know what I mean? Get the thing that does the temperature. And if they're warm, they don't come in. You know what I mean? And that's how you can, why keep people that are not sick home? And you know what I mean? And it's like, and like when you go to a Target or something like that, nobody's fucking 6 feet. You got to walk past people. You got to fucking touch shit.
Yeah,
everybody's
exactly.
Shit.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing with the stores. Everybody touches stuff and moves it around and looks at shit. Like, that's the absolute worst case scenario for everybody, but it's essential. So now, like, I think it's kind of a fuck you, like, you can't police yourself and not go out if you're sick or make other arrangements. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to do this for you because you're too dumb to not go out if you're, immune compromised.
What I did at the beginning, I would go to there's a place called the Meat Stop around here where you can go and get meat. You can get cold cuts and that. Nobody was going to those places right off the bat because everybody was like, go to the supermarket, then all of a sudden people figured out, the Wawas, you know what I mean? You were able to get bread. You go to, I can go out. I'm not going to find anything tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm going to come back with frozen pizza and fucking, 3 sausage links. I know I might be able to find eggs, you know what I mean? But I know it's going to be real hard to find any kind of meat. You know what I mean? You maybe one thing of chicken if you're lucky. There's never anything at the stores, so you're fucked.
It's funny you said, Bob. That's what I've been supporting a local. There's a local, green type market in my town. I go there every time I need something. I go there, and if they don't have it,
they'll get it.
It's the owner. I say, hey man, can you get me flour? No one can get flour. Can you give me 25 yeah, sure, whatever you need. He can get it. It's the psychos in these fucking chains. As far as I'm not sure if the social distancing, this whole bullshit I hate, I'm not sure if it's real or not, but we're following it because, you don't want to get other people sick. But I was at Home Depot today. It was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
I waited in line for 1 hour.
Oh my God.
There was some fucking, a security guy, it was a joke. And he's telling us, who can go in, who cannot go in. You go in. So at first you're waiting in this big ass line, literally 1 hour. And then when you get in there, everyone's on top of each other. And it's time to pay. Everyone's on top of each other. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So you're doing it for like the fucking news. Outside, you do it for the news. Oh, look what we're doing. These jerk offs. They're all got their mask and they're standing. And then you go inside and it's like supermarket fucking sweet.
Exactly. Like even like when I went to Wawa one night, right? And I go in, I go grab my creamers for coffee. I put it down on the thing, and he goes, "I can't serve you." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You gotta have a mask on." I go, "What the fuck? I never knew it about this." And he goes, "You got anything in your car that you can wrap around your face?" And I'm like, "No, what am I, a fucking rapist?" You know? So he gives me yeah, he gives me some paper. He gave me paper towel, like a long paper towel. He goes, "Go outside and tie it around your face." And I come in, and then I got like a paper towel wrapped around my face, and I walk by this guy going out, and I go, "This is fucking ridiculous." Like, but then they made the glass, the glass that stops the cough. But the whole thing is, there's an opening to pay it for your stuff on the bottom, so the virus can't go through the opening, and it can't go over the top. I don't get it.
It's like a bunch of retards.
But it floats in the air for 6 hours.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know how to go around plastic.
I mean, in Jersey, we're gonna have a real. And you're gonna keep telling us fucking degenerates to wear a mask and gloves.
It just keeps running to us like.
Yeah, you're gonna keep telling us to wear masks and gloves. These motherfuckers are gonna get cleaned out.
It's like a fly, like in your window.
Yeah,
like they just keeps. No, I can get out. Yeah. No, it's right here.
Exactly. That's the COVID. The COVID's like a fly in your window.
The mask it just keeps trying. It's like,
they keep telling us to wear bandanas around our face and gloves. I'm just gonna start robbing places. Maybe I will, but
No, I mean you can go into a bank with a good cough and take out the place.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You could definitely rob a place with a cough right now. A dry cough, as long as it doesn't sound phlegmy.
I'm not gonna lie. I've given people some dirty looks with a cough.
Of course you have.
I've definitely given people a couple of looks when they
have you really? I have not heard anybody sneeze or cough since this happened, and that's a good thing.
No, everybody's been suppressing coughs for sure.
Yeah, and you know what the great thing? You know what the great thing is? I hope this ends one thing that I think is totally disgusting, and I see animals do this all the time when I'm out with them, and that they blow their nose at the fucking when you're eating. Hopefully that comes to an end. You ever have people that do that when you're eating?
Yo.
And I'm like, what are you, a fucking animal? I'm still eating, you fucking disgusting pig. Get the fuck out of the table.
What about Bob? I don't think in our generation, but Bob, what about people that hold handkerchiefs and sneeze and blow their nose in that disgusting thing?
Well,
and they hold it all week.
Let's bring this all full circle. I went to China twice, and there's literally signs that say no spitting. Like you'll be standing there and somebody will be pressed against your back because they also have no social space. No, going.
What?
Trying to hawk up loogies, and you turn around, and it's some little teeny old lady. Like everyone spits there. So,
really?
So you're telling me it's really weird that the disease spread really fast in China?
I was not aware about this.
Dude, okay, I'll look it up.
They're all spitters over there?
Oh, dude, they're all. I already made a joke about that when I was in China.
So you don't want to date a China girl?
Yeah.
No. She'll never swallow.
They love to spit.
No, but like when the first time I went out and I seen everybody with masks, I was like, you know what I thought to myself? I'm like, oh my God, all these Michael Jackson fans are here. I mean, I didn't know what to fucking make of it. And it's the scariest thing when you see them. It's like, I feel like I'm in a fucking science fiction movie.
Bob, I agree with you, man. It's so fucking weird. It's weird. Everyone's got the masks on. I'm not even joking. The first
These
time
are real signs. These are real signs. This is what it looked like on the one my cursor's on to the right. That's what it looked like on like the ferry to go across the river in Shanghai there.
You need to get the big black guy that's in everyone's memes? You got to put him right there. Just spin on his cock.
Somebody was thinking about that for days before they said it, huh?
Yeah. No. He even stuttered it out because he was
like it was in his mouth.
I need to deliver this right.
this is gonna take me over. No, look, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just sit in the house. I watch the news here and there, but then I'll watch, something on TV. I was watching Making a Murderer on Netflix, which is amazing, and it takes fucking a week to watch it if you stay up all the time. And I'm gonna go into other shows. I might go into Oz on HBO, which is a love story about prison, and watch that from the beginning again. And maybe The Sopranos. But, look, everything, I'm writing down some stuff, but everything's in my mind. Just give me a stage and I'm fucking ready. I got like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's insanity what's going on. It's like people are doing comedy shows online. It doesn't work. Somebody asked me to do one last week and I was like, dude, he goes, it's for charity. I go, I'm not gonna fucking go on. You know what I mean? Jack, who are we gonna fucking help? Me, you, and two other people going on fucking. What charity are we fucking helping? You know what I mean? What are we gonna buy somebody a mask? You know what I mean? Fucking let the people that do charities fucking do this shit. This shit right now. We need to just shut the fuck up or just have fun like this and wait for it to open up and then show people what comedy is when they're ready to come out again. And I think we're gonna have huge numbers once everything is clean. Hopefully we can come up with a cure for this and then we can fucking get some kind of machine gun to kill those fucking killer wasps that are coming.
We need those salt guns.
We're fucked.
Those salt shotguns for
yeah
those really big ones for those
rock salt ones.
Yeah, those are great.
Bag fucking joints.
Yeah, that's a great idea, that thing. It shoots salt. You can kill a fly that's on your food and blow it up so it's all over your food. Good fucking move.
Yeah, but you also get your food nice and salty.
Exactly. So that's the
true.
Yeah,
it's
it works.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
So, guys, everyone was a part of it. Honestly, I know this is Bob's favorite holiday. May the 4th be with you. He loves.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
He loves these shows.
My wife said that to me today.
He loves these shows. Like a year ago today, I had a picture with him with Darth Vader's head on it. And he was so pissed off. But it's funny that it's a full circle. It's a year later. We're all together.
Why do I look like Yoda? Like, why would you put
He's
me
like, I
on there
fucking
looking
hate
like
that
Yoda?
fucking gay shit.
Hate this.
Why do you got this gay shit?
You give me this Star Trek fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's so when people say "May the 4th be with you," I want them to die. I want them to. I wish I had
the flyer. Is literally, it's literally like my placemat of my office of his head. I wish I could just put it up right now to show everyone.
Hey, Bob. May the 4th be with you. Oh, hey, go fuck your grandfather with your grandmother's dick.
Yeah, you fucking. Because I hate that shit.
Oh,
it's like, why would you?
But anyway, a year ago today, we had an amazing Bob and Friends show. Oh, Clint, I'm almost positive that's where I met you at.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's the show that you were at. We killed it. That show. As much as Bob hates the fucking flyer, and I want to bust his balls about May the 4th. I'll never forget that. It wasn't me. It was some marketing guy that put it together. But that was a great show. It's a year later. And I got to say, Bob, the Bob and Friends shows at TIFF's or the Dojo East are the best thing that I've ever seen. And it's just, what is it? We get a bunch of young up-and-comings and even some OGs.
Yeah.
And what do we
But
do?
I teach them. You see, I tell them before, I go, look, don't go up there and suck, all right? Because you're never coming back. You just got to fucking, don't get nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. They came here for a good show. Let's see you fucking do it. And, and they get a chance to make money because otherwise they're not making money. You understand? There's nowhere that young comedians or new comedians can come on and be able to not be used. And what we do is we give them an opportunity to make money from performing. So you're able to say, hey, look, if you get 50 people, you're going to walk out of here with like $400 and you're not going to make $400 anywhere. No one's giving you $400.
Yeah. And besides the money, I mean, come on, how fun are the shows?
They're great because you have to teach these motherfuckers that, comedy is, you either got it or you don't. If you don't have it, you get the light early, you're probably never coming back. You know what I mean? You're not going to hurt the show, because if I host it, I can go back and just take over and just fucking keep it rolling. And, we always have one hitter on there no matter what. And
once in a while, we got to give Clint some time.
Clint's good. I love Clint.
I always say this about Levy's shows.
I'm fucking with him.
I love Levy's shows because basically when Bob gets done, even if you're first and Bob hosts, you can start with your hardest stuff because Bob's already opened the room up. Like they're already receptive to whatever you have to say, no matter what it is. Like with 10 minutes of Bob.
Yeah. Well, that's what I tried to make it where I let the audience know that we're gonna have fun. You know what I mean? Anything goes. We fucking have fun. Don't be uptight. You know what I mean? Nobody likes a fucking pussy unless your dick's in it. So let's fucking have fun and have a good time together. And that's what we do. We really do have a good time there, and it's like the people love it. You know what I mean? And it's an experience. Nobody's really, none of the newer people ever really had a tough time, I don't think, because of the fact that I set it up for them perfect, and I'm like, just do it.
Well, that's true, Bob. And that's a side of you that I don't know if a lot of people understand, is that, and I'm not trying to blow you, but this guy takes care of so many young comedians. No, but he does. I'll blow him a little bit right now, but this guy is
name drop.
This guy, I'm name dropping Bob while he's in the room. This guy takes care of more young, not even young. Stop using the word young, like you said, up and coming comics.
Boys.
This guy is the Epstein of young comics.
He is Jeffrey Epstein.
He is taking care of those 11-year-old comics. He takes them under their wing. He shows them, hey, this is how you make a fire. This is sleepaway camp.
He steals them away. He steals them away and takes them to.
Yes.
Like I explained.
And he shows them that they have a future. You have a future.
But what I tell them, I said the best way to write.
It's great.
The best way to write material, I tell them, is like if we actually sat in a bathtub together and wrote.
You gotta sit. Now we'll make room with your legs, but you gotta sit opposite me in the tub and look at me in my eyes when you tell me the routine.
Now we're gonna videotape we gotta videotape this set.
Yeah, but hey, the whole thing is, listen. The whole thing is that there is no way that new comedians can get anywhere in this business the way it is now. I've always helped people from when I started. Nobody helped me. I was headlining after 2 years. I started taking people with me, say, no, they're working with me. Boom, boom. Then, I made them do 15 minutes. I said, all right, now you do 22. I'll tell them right before they go on. And if they said no, they can't do it, then they were gone. Yeah. But, everyone that listened to me, they learn. It's a very simple thing. If you just listen, to someone that knows the business back and forth, you're going to be much better comedian. There's no doubt about it. But like I said, it's a shitty business. I love what I do. I love being a comic, but the business sucks. Yeah. Okay. I'll be the first to tell you that. I can say that because I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I've been like that my whole time. It's like any comedian coming up, unless somebody kind of helps them or they're fucking outstanding, they don't have a shot unless somebody comes in and says, hey.
You get a little luck. A lot of hard work. A little luck. And like you said, you can't be a little bitch. I mean, if you're going to be a little bitch, you're done.
No. Bob, what was your like roundabout year? What was the first time you really performed on stage? What was like one of your first shows? Roundabout.
I think it was at Rascals in West Orange. It might have been 87.
Okay.
I went there
80s.
once a week.
Okay, so like you're in the late 80s now, and
Rascals,
I know that in Rascals. Okay, so like I know, the comedy that I grew up with, and I'm sure Mike is in the same boat. Like listening to Eddie Murphy skits, like the Delirious and Raw, and catching like the tail end of Red Fox's career, the tail end of Richard Pryor. George Carlin was just always fucking going strong regardless. But so like you come up in the mid 80s, late 80s, do you think from where you were then, and I remember a lot of the material from some of these guys, and it's like you couldn't say 95 fucking percent of it right now. So like you were saying, oh, the industry sucks, blah blah blah. But it's like, so you went from a time when you could basically say anything about anybody and nobody really got offended, to now where everybody gets offended over every single thing. So it's like, you know, we know one of the amazing reasons we love you is because you go so fucking hard in the paint no matter what. And it offends some people, but to, you know, Mike, myself, I know Clint, like that shit makes us laugh even harder. So
I don't really think I offend people at all. I don't change and I don't offend them. I haven't noticed the difference. Like people say it, but I don't notice it. I don't go into it going, oh my God, I got to do, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to figure out the room. I'm going to figure out the room that's in front of me. I'm watching them. I see them come in. I fucking see them talk, and they got energy before the show. They're ready for this. They're ready for this. And it's you have to guide them. And once you can guide them, you can do anything you want. Even if you started off a little slow, you know, and ease them into it. Next thing you know, I'm fucking your mother.
All right. I got to ask Bob, I got to ask him something else. So you just spoke about the 80s Rascals, most legendary club, in my opinion, in my life. Who was one of the monsters you had to follow in the early days?
Well, I was only on an open mic every Tuesday for 2 years. That's what I did. Okay. Jackie the Joke Man hosted it, or John Mulrooney or Bob Nelson one time, you know, a few times, like guys like that. And, but it was usually Jackie's night. And I didn't get into comedy from listening to comedians. I got into comedy because we used to hang out in Staten Island at this bar. And when people came in, like, you know, we were fighters, you know what I mean? We always my job was to make fun of them so they wanted to fight us. So I would just start busting people's balls until they wanted to fight us. And my friend goes, you're pretty funny. You should try this on stage. And we were listening to Stern. And we heard the plugs with Jackie. And then I went there and I started like that. I put together like fucking maybe 5 minutes on a big piece of plywood in the basement where I just wrote bits, and I wrote the beginning, I put a line under it. Then I wrote another bit, put a line on it with little things in it. And then I put a big line, and I had 4 sections. And I always did it. And I would just keep reading it and holding like a weight thing in my hand and just timing myself. And you know what I mean? And just going, okay, with laughs, without, you know what I mean? This is how long it'll be. And then I would go from there. And then I just got booked, and Tony Camacho put me at a place in Clark called Casual Times or Penny Arcade, I think it was then. And I was headlining the first time, and only had 25 minutes. So the other 2 comedians before me that were doing it for so long, they had to do like 35 each, and I did 25. And they were like, and I go, who booked you here? And they go, Tony Camacho. I go, wow, he booked me here too. And they go, yeah, he books the room. I had no idea what was going on. But I remember making $450 that weekend. And I was like, wow, this is fucking great. And then you had like, you know, 450 weekend, then you had a 75. There was a lot of weeknights, 75, 75, 75. So you know what I mean? It was like just coming into it. Like I didn't know what was going on until, you know, it starts getting bigger and bigger. And like when I finally felt like a comedian, my father used to just introduce me as my, you know, this is my son. And then he would go, one day he goes, this is my son. He's a comedian. That's when I knew I made it.
Nice. Bro, that's beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful.
I kind of got into riding freestyle, and the first couple of years I was the same way. I was just there riding, and then eventually I realized that all the people around me, like in my head I was still some kid just riding a dirt bike, but I realized all the people around me had like gone to school and stuff for the most part to do their jobs, to like get into the marketing position and this and that. And I'm like, whoa, people went to regular school to also be here. So that's when it made me start to try and pay attention to people and learn like what was actually going on with everything marketing wise and, you know, promotion and all that stuff.
That's the key, because most comedians, like, you don't know the business. That's what I try to teach is the business, how to get work, how to fucking, you just can't, you got to know, how to, you're going to send stuff. then you're gonna call them or email them. They're not gonna write you back, and you're gonna have to go. I came from a place where this motherfucker didn't write me. He didn't call me back. This was when the phone calls were everything, and like he didn't fucking call me back. I swear to God. And my friend's like, let's just fucking beat the fuck out of him, because we had no idea. People, they'll tell you to call you. Oh yeah, give me a call. I'll give you work. Yeah. And then they don't call you back, and you're like, who the fuck does that? You know what I mean? And you get really angry. But then you realize that's how it's a bullshit business, and there's clicks and that shit. And if you're not in a click, you're gonna fall. It's hard to get going for a comedian. I've seen it, and that's why I like to. If I see people that are good, I give them all the knowledge I can. So they can fucking do something.
Well, yeah, I own a comedy club, and when fucking Bob speaks, we shut the fuck up and we listen, because you've taught me so much, Bob. And I know once again, but you've taught me so much about business and how to do things, and it's true, man. It's there's a big click, and if you're not there's a lot of, I'm not gonna call people out, but there's a lot of comedians that have specials and shows that suck, and there's so many fucking just down and out guys that we know, girls that we know, that fucking kill.
Oh yeah,
that kill. And you know what? And hey, maybe God bless, someday they'll make it. But you're right. It's a big fucking click, and that's with everything. That's with everything. I mean, there's guys in the restaurant industry that have bullshit, fake fucking restaurants, but hey, they got a fucking 100 of them, and I got.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is, Mike? You're one of the few clubs that are behind the comedians and root for them. And don't tell them what to do, and treat them with respect. And when you treat them with respect, like I went to a club once, and they go, we got there early. My friend came from Florida, and they go, well, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to eat. And they go, well, they only feed you. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want the food. Give it to him. You know what I mean? I go, that's bullshit. You can't treat comedians different. You know what I mean? Because right away you take their pride away from them before they even
go on. Just fucking take everything out from underneath them.
And that's the one thing you can't do. There's like, you know what I mean? Like Uncle Vinny's is great. Fucking James from Governors I hit up today, and I just said, look, I just wanted to see how you were doing, because you were one of the great ones in this business. That, you know what I mean? That fucking really respects the business and takes care of people. And he goes, you're one of the great ones. And I was like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Because it was like, I just thought of him today, because I miss seeing him, because when you go to your club, it's fun. It's just fun to get there. When you're there, you're like fucking yeah.
And that's what I want. I want, and it's not even, it's everybody, all the comedians, and I tell them all that, especially even more so the younger ones that are really struggling. No, but you need something to eat. You want something to drink. Come on, I want to see you crush. I love to see when they come in a little timid. Maybe you gave them a chance, Bob, on one of the Bob and Friends shows. You gave them a chance, and then they come back the second time and they fucking crush, or they take bits and they keep. My favorite thing for myself, owning the club now, is watching bits go from this something that happened in an open mic to turning into something that crushed. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, but that's what it is. No, the whole thing is like, I watch them and I go, hey, what you doing here? You got something here. It's killing. Why are you stopping? Stop when it stops getting laughs. You know what I mean? If something doesn't work, you get the fuck out of it. If something's working, keep creating on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's so simple, but people don't think that way. They think it's over and they move on. I go, you know what I mean? Even if it goes a little lower here, and then you'll go back up and that stuff, just keep going until you want to get out of it. You know what I mean? Because you got to learn whatever you're doing, you have to add to it that night for that audience, because that's how you grow. If you just stick to the same shit, you're never going to grow the bits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they I like to think that people can come see me almost every week. And if you're here, all right, I'm not doing anything. I'll just fucking whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I think that everybody, with anything, you get in with the people that you get along with, and then you build with those people, ideally, you know what I mean? A lot of time, obviously, egos and stuff get in the way, but, that's why I like dealing with Bob. I always try to think of Bob and put him in stuff. And I, talk with obviously Mike and Henry a bunch because I get along with you guys. And, you guys think of me and call me back. And, so it's more of a give and take. And you need to get yourself into a place like that because it sucks to be in a spot where you're dealing with people that you feel like don't really give a shit about you back.
Yeah, it's just a hello goodbye thing with most comedians, and I try not to be like that. I want to know about you. I want to know about you before we even do the show, and like we have fun. Like, you remember the time that I had some guy come on stage to read me and my wife's emails, text messages.
100%. 100%. I remember that.
Okay, and they were brutal. They were fucking brutal, and I had him play her. And it was the funniest thing because I was mentioning how brutal we fight. And I go, you know what? I have text messages. We're going to start here. You're going to read here, and I'm going to play me. And it was fucking hilarious. And that came out of nowhere. That's what I love about that room. You can do anything and fucking, just go and expand your fucking mind there. That's why, I did the one-man show there. I did almost 2 hours by myself because it was just so nice. It was just like, it was an evening with. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It was like they got to know me, I got to know them. It was just fun, And it was about shit that happens. It was right around Thanksgiving, and it was the truth. I was like, Thanksgiving food sucks because it's always cold by the time you all sit down. But it tastes good the next day because of the fact that you're heating it up and you fucking leave with it. But nobody's leaving my house with fucking food. I would never give people shit to leave. I'm like, you're done. That's it. Get the fuck out. But everybody was going through Thanksgiving then. So why not just go about everything about it? How do you have this assigned seating? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, and it's just like you're sitting in the wrong chair. My mother's like, you can't sit there. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have a question for you, Bob and Clint, to both of you guys. I want to see if there's a difference of opinion on this or the thought process that goes behind it.
I'm just a little baby in this. Bob's like a man.
That's why I want to get two different opinions about
Clint, you go first.
Bob said before about how he's like, oh, I came up with fucking 25 minutes of material and blah blah blah. So it's like, okay, so when you guys are first starting out and you come up with your jokes, your type 5, your 10, your 20, you just keep going. At what point does like crowd work come into it? When does it become like a skill? When does it you know what I mean? Like, so basically it's like you have this routine where it's like a set amount of time of jokes. So at what point, so for Bob, at what point in your career did you really start, laying, because I've seen you lay into some people and man, is it fucking great. Clint, same thing. So it's like, so this is what I'm saying. So it's been like to both of you guys, like what is your opinion on crowd work? How much do you rely on it or use it? Do you think it's like a go-to? And so let's hear both sides of it. So someone that's
I know why you're asking that. I know
you're. I realize that people don't relate to me right off the bat on stage. I don't feel like so. If I get up and just start, and I'm very monotone and I'm hard to read, and I think being like, I've had people say stuff because I'm in shape or whatever, and I guess I look like a douche with a shaved head. I don't know what the fucking deal is. I've heard all this stuff. People don't like me immediately, so I normally...
I'm not likable at all.
I'm not likable until you get to know me. I realize.
I think you're saying it wrong. It's just that the same thing that first time I seen you go on stage, I had to figure you out where you were going, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I realized I had to talk to people. No, I appreciate that. And I'm figuring it out. I would never. So back to the original question is. Couple months in, I realized that I needed, whenever I talked to people, it kind of worked. And then I went like a month or two and brought no material and only tried to talk to people just to force myself to get used to talking to people. Then I started talking to people and walking them into jokes. So that's basically what I do now. I know, I look at the room, I know which jokes I see bald guys. So then I talk to the bald guys about bald stuff and I walk them into bald jokes. And I realize that if I don't create that connection with those people in the room, then I have a very, very hard time just standing there. My writing is not good enough to where I can just stand there and have just a written out joke and have it like really work. I know guys that can do that. That's not me. I have to talk to people and make them feel like it's a conversation and bring my jokes in.
It's more like a on the fly interaction instead of like this is a pre-planned.
I don't write that well.
I always wondered that because it's like you see people just fucking crushing the crowd, and it's like, and then they kind of, it's like almost like when you have that moment is when you go right back to material or whatever have you. You know what I mean? But it's like you see certain people that are completely reliant on crowd work, and that it almost seems like that's all their routine is. Like a lot, like you know what I mean? Like not.
Well, let's hear Bob's because Bob talks to people a lot.
Yeah.
So Bob, where are you at on this?
What he said right there, what he does is the perfect thing. What you have to you bring people into your material. Okay. What I use, what if you notice what I do, I have like 5 to 6 people that are targets, right? And they come into the show, and it's basically I'm watching everything as I'm up there. I'm watching every movement in the room. I realize what joke I just did, what I'm saying right now, what that person is doing, where I'm going after this. You know what I mean? And when you go, look, when you can go up there and when you, like he said, when you bring them into your bits, you understand? Like you're going, you know what I mean? You're going into a bit, you go like, he knows what I'm talking about, whatever. But the whole thing is you're bringing them in, and it's not just the cold doing it, it's a smart thing to do. But like I can go up there without anything in my mind and just go for an hour of just whatever, because everything is there. If you have a comic mind, you can do, you don't need anything. You know what I mean? All you need is a mic and a stage and lights and people, and everything just comes to you because of the fact that you have, every day you have something to talk about. Everything that happens to you every day happens somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like I tripped over, like I'm losing my mind in the house, right? The other night, I'm at the snapping thing. I'm fucking going crazy. I go to the kitchen. I don't see my black lab laying on the floor. I tripped over my dog and I almost went head first into the wall. And I just started laughing like a fucking insane person. I thought it was the funniest thing because I'm losing my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it's like I'm entertaining myself at this point because I'm stuck in the house. By me falling over the dog broke me, and I laughed so fucking out of control that I basically felt better afterwards. You know what I mean? So my goal is to make fucking people laugh like I was laughing when they're crying. And when you look at somebody and there's tears coming out of their eyes and you didn't mace them in an alley, that's fucking impressive.
Yes, bro. Now, Henry, I don't know if you brought this up because after everyone leaves the club, Henry and I are cleaning up vomit and your spit cups, and we're cleaning up the tables. And then after, when everyone's home and they got money in their pockets or whatever, and they're having fun, we're cleaning the club, and then we drive. I give Henry a ride home almost every night. And when I give him a ride home, we talk about comedy. Fucking sick fucks. Like we should be going to bed and talking about other shit, but we talk about comedy the whole ride home. And then I normally go home and play a Richard Pryor or fucking Kennison record. That's another level of psychosis, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And I had a talk with him about one night, nothing to do with you, Bob. 100% was not one of your shows, because I even said to Henry, this is not including Bob's shows, because Bob is the exception to this rule. One of these shows, I said, I'm not going to mention what show it was. It was just all crowd work. Too much fucking crowd work. And I was freaking out. I go, if I was running a real fucking club, none of those fucking comedians would ever fucking work here again, because it was all fucking crowd work.
Exactly.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I go, no. I go, listen. Well, okay, let's pretend all these fucking people weren't from Mars County, New Jersey.
Nice.
And we took them we plucked them out of fucking Texas and put them in this room. Nothing was relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, how was the sloppy Joe over at fucking Joe's Pizza and Pizza? Come on, shut the fuck up.
No, it's playing to a small part of the audience. You know what I mean? It's like you have to play to everybody. You can't. Okay, you can ask somebody what they do for a living, but if somebody's whole act is, "What do you do for a living?"
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
And that was the night that we're talking about. Was almost like, "Hey, sir, what's your name? What do you do for a living?" Bop, 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 bop. Here's a funny anecdote about that. What about you, man? Well, you are a nice couple over here. Bop, 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 bop. And it was like 45 minutes of that. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not saying I can get on stage and be a comedian at all. But it's like, dude, like all you're doing is fucking talking to people and then making and then basically making fun of them. I was like, that's a fucking drop in a bucket.
Yeah, no, there's a way to
like, look at your shirt, it's fucking ugly. Oh.
Yeah, there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. And when you see it, when it just becomes, okay, then the next person, it's like nobody came for this shit. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And it got to the point where the fucking last comedian's like literally talking about, oh, so you know that spot where I got bagels? What do you think? It changed owners, but now the bagels are good. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm watching two jerk-offs talk about bagels in their town. What is happening?
Well, that's when they don't come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's when I get pissed off. I liked it to go, but when every fucking comedian's doing crowd work, come on.
You know what I tell the people? I tell the people, mostly the newer people, I said, look, let me see what you got. I don't care if you can work the crowd right now. I want to see what you got and how we can make it better, you know? Because I can't tell, like, okay, if say you're going to, like I always tell somebody, the best thing to do is to get into a club is to go, let me go live. Let me go in front of you. I'll drive whatever to go live in front of you. And I say, if you do crowd work in your 5 minutes that you have in front of a booker, you're never going to get booked. That's the stupidest thing to do. And the first time you go into a club, and if you do that, you're never going to get booked again. You have to show them what you got and what you can do and bring it all around. You can't just to go in, you're going to go and you're going to drive 3 hours to go in front of somebody and meet them. And this is how you get work. You don't get it. It's so much easier when you become, you meet somebody and you're bonded now and that shit. But don't go up there and do your material so they can see what you're doing, because then they know who to put you on with. It's a key to put people in a different, on a show. If you don't put the right show together, you can have fucking great acts, but it sucks. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to curate that shit, man. That's what. Once again, I mean, you taught me that, and now I try to put together the right show. Doesn't mean it's all the same comedians, but we put together nice shows. But yeah, man, that's so important too. There's so many levels. There's so many layers. I'm so blessed to have been taken into the comedy world, and even though it's not the biggest moneymaker, it's still something that's become such a passion of mine. And I'm so I mean, all besides Henry, but even though comedy kind of brought Henry and I back together because he went to your and Artie's show, and that's where we became friends again. And it's like now he's the DJ of the room, and comedy has brought so much to my life. Like I've been saying, I've been tweeting that really, besides my main good friends, the only people that check on me every day are as a comedian. It's not people that I've helped out and bought this and that from. Not that matters. It's always a comedian that checks up on me, sees how we're doing, and I always there always is somebody who wants to pick up the phone and talk. And I feel so blessed to be a part of this fucking land of misfit toys because I'm one of those misfits, and I'm so happy. And Bob, you've been like one of my gurus, man, of the comedy world, and I can't wait to get back and just fucking kick ass. I'm so grateful that you were on this show. I know we're already 15 minutes past time, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up, guys. But Bob, this was great. You're always welcome back. The studio's gonna be open soon. This is no Carnival parking. Henry, Clint, Bob, anyone have any last words?
Well, hopefully we don't get killed by the cough and we don't get fucked by a bug.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything will be good. Everything will be good, but it's going to take a while. I mean, I really can't see us going full blast until October, November, truthfully.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Just to piggyback off of what Mike said really quick, having the opportunity to work the room and I get to play music for people again. I haven't done that in a really long time, and the people that I've met because of the comedy club, Bob, absolutely, Clint, you guys are great friends of mine, and it's really cool to be part of a business that I really wasn't familiar with, and just to meet people that are so much like me that I feel like I never would have met otherwise. And every time that we're there, every night, even if I bitch and complain about being there till 2 o'clock in the morning and not getting enough sleep, it's always so much fun. And like Mike said, I'm so grateful for all of it. And again, hey man, I hang out with Bob Levy all the time. I hang out with fucking motocross legend Clint Esposito, superstar, and he's one of the most handsome guys I've seen recently. So it's just, it's like from me personally, and I know the rest of the staff at the dojo, we love you and we miss you so much, man, and we can't wait to really get it going again, and have that. We talked about this, that one-man show for a month straight, 3 shows a day, right? That's what you wanted to do, Bob. Wasn't that what it is?
Yeah, but the whole thing is,
I believe it was called the self-serving festival.
That's what he's been doing online.
We'll do it all.
Yeah.
Listen, Bob knows I'll do that. I'm meant for fucking breakfast, lunch, happy hour. Bob could be doing his one-man show up there. Just him and Liz, they're fine.
But the whole thing is that it's a team, and when it's a team, you win. When it's not a team, you don't win, and it's a simple thing. And a lot of people don't understand that we are a team.
This man gets it, man. This man gets it.
I've been doing this.
I think we got to end on that, Clint. I think we got to end on that, guys. If you want to stay in the conference when we end it, but I think we got to end on that. How can we end even more, guys? Thank you so much. Thanks for the swarm. Thanks for all the Tommy G's people that came over. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Clint. Take it out.
That's it. Yeah. No carnival parking, number 11.
Unse.
Yeah, there you go. Unse. Thank you guys.
Big drop.
I've been getting some swarm people commenting on my stuff. I just had somebody today, so that's pretty cool. And as always, dude, Bob's a motherfucking legend. Bob Levy, dude.
Yeah, Bob, where can people find you? Bob, where can people find you?
Thanks for...
I'm in Deptford, New Jersey, and I'll be here for a while.
Oh, come on. Give him some Instagram shit or something.
I go on Periscope, on Twitter. Follow me at Levy_sir. I had to make a new account because I got banned. So it's Levy_sir. And I do like a daily show, and I'm going to be on syndicateradio.tv soon. We're going to be on a lot of things, but we want to get the people to just sit back and realize that this is going to be okay. Let's have fun when we're in there, and I try to go on every day on somebody. If I'm not doing my own thing. But
what's your handle? What's your handle on Grindr again? It's at Bob Levy. It's at Levy Big Bob or Big.
No,
Big it's with two B's, right?
It's Killer Cock Wasp.
Kill it. They're gonna get us banned.
Sorry.
All right, we love you all. Thank you.
Thank you guys.